Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Billy sheds light on Ashley's struggle as Sharon arrives and Kyle confides in Summer. Today on The Young and the Restless, Summer gives Kyle advice, Ashley's alters battle it out, and Billy sheds light on Ashley's condition. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At the Abbott mansion, Ashley's dominant alter throws her jacket in anger when she can't escape the house. Jack makes another phone call but gets voicemail. In her mind, Ashley's alter can hear the younger alter trying to wake up the real Ashley and hollers, "Shut up." The Abbotts all fall silent and stare. In the jazz lounge, Summer finds Kyle sitting at the bar. He asks if she's meeting someone. She says no, she couldn't sleep. Summer asks, "Not having a good night?" Kyle's not having the best night of his life, no. Summer asks if it would make it better or worse if she joined him. At the Abbott mansion, Ashley's dominant alter hollers at Tracy for letting their brothers get away with this. She's being held hostage in her own home. Diane interjects and Ashley screams, "Shut up." She demands Tracy get them to back off. Tracy tells Jack this is too much. Jack continues trying to reach Sharon. Finally, he gets through. He tells her they have a family emergency and could use her expertise. Sharon says she's on her way. He disconnects and Ashley's alter glares at him. Ashley's alter scoffs at Sharon's expertise. She pours coffee. "Why would you bring in another outsider?" She hollers that she's just trying to live her own life. Billy says something's going on, and he's sure she knows it too. They're just trying to help her. Ashley bellows about being held against her will. The voice of the younger alter rings out in her head, "We have to stop her." Ashley's dominant alter yells, "No one's listening to me." She turns on the waterworks, asking her family what she ever did to make them treat her this way. Tracy wishes she could see what they see and hear what they hear. Ashley's alter seethes about them waiting for Sharon, who is Jack's ex-wife and a barista. Jack protests that their job is to keep her safe. Ashley's alter keeps ragging on Sharon and tells her family she will never forgive them for this betrayal. In her mind, the younger alter hollers at Ashley to wake up. She doesn't sound like you and they know it. She appeals to her to wake up before it's too late, and they take her to one of those places. In the Abbott living room, Diane assures Jack that Ashley doesn't know what she's saying. She's really not herself right now. The alter listens to the screaming in her head. Jack doesn't know what's happening with his sister, but Diane shouldn't have to put up with it. She wants to stay and assures him she can take it. She's in such a dark place. Jack tells Diane he'll protect her. Diane asks if it's really a good idea to bring Sharon into the mix, given the rage Ashley's exhibiting. Jack trusts her. Suddenly, Ashley's alter stands up and asks them to get her out of this place. She sags and Billy and Tracy rush to grab her. Ashley's alter shakes them off. "Get off of me." She wants to go to her room upstairs, but they won't let her. She shouts and rages at them. In her mind, the younger alter manages to get Ashley to wake up. In the living room, the dominant alter holds her head and eventually collapses on the sofa. Tracy pleads with her to speak to them. Ashley sits up and says, "What's happening? What's going on?" Jack tells her, "You're here in our home with everyone who loves you." Ashley asks why they're all standing around like something is wrong with her. Tracy tells her she fainted. Ashley can't remember how she got here. Billy asks, "What do you remember?" She's not sure. Diane tells her things got intense. "You don't remember any of that." Diane thinks they need to get her to the hospital. Ashley warns they're starting to terrify her. Billy thinks she blacked out again. Ashley asks Tracy, "You told them this happened to me before." In the jazz lounge, Summer and Kyle fret about not having found a nanny for Harrison. Summer can't believe they haven't found even one person that the kid won't glare at. Kyle says there is one, Claire. Harrison can't stop talking about her. He thinks it's because of her childlike excitement. He reveals he ran into her again at society. Summer guesses her sweet innocent cousin couldn't help but fill him in on her tragic backstory. Kyle gives Claire credit for doing everything she can to make amends. Summer scoffs that after 2 whole chats he's on her side. She's won over everyone else in the family, but she's the cold-hearted cousin too skeptical to welcome her with open arms. She thinks it's interesting who gets forgiven and for what, and how long it takes. It actually says a lot. Kyle insists he wasn't pushing her as a nanny candidate. Summer's glad. It will never be her. Kyle asks, "What would you like to talk about now?" Menswear Fashion Week. Summer suggests they discuss whatever's got him drinking at this hour. Is it work? Is it family? A little bit of both. In the Abbott living room, Sharon arrives and Jack tells her any guidance she can give them, he'd be very grateful for. Tracy tells Ashley she betrayed her confidence to help her. Ashley promises she intended to get help, but she doesn't remember. She asks, "Why are you here, Sharon? Is it because of me, who called her?" She worries they think she's crazy. Jack thinks that she's been through so much these past few months, it's too much. Having someone else weigh in might help her emotional load. Ashley wants to lie down. Billy thinks that's a good idea. In Ashley's mind, the younger alter has the dominant alter handcuffed to the bed and is celebrating besting her. The dominant alter glares, "You have no idea what you've done." In the jazz lounge, Kyle tells Summer he's alone at the bar because he left the office after a late meeting and wanted a drink. Summer calls him out. She knows he doesn't brood at the bar unless something is really gnawing at him, or he's avoiding going home. Kyle admits it's both. He feels guilty, but he's having a hard time working at Jabut as a subordinate of his mother. Summer points out he pushed for this. Kyle was being noble, but she is nowhere near ready to be co-CEO. Summer asks if he's talked to Jack. Kyle says he doesn't see it or doesn't want to. When he discreetly tries to clean up her messes, he's the jerk who is overstepping. At the Abbott mansion, Ashley is sent upstairs with Tracy to look after her. Jack then asks Billy why he wanted their sister out of the room. Billy thinks it's best that Sharon hears what she's been going through before she goes up to talk to her. "I think I may know what's going on." In her bedroom, Ashley listens to the alters in her head bickering. The dominant one sees that she should have been allowed to stay in control. The family doesn't know what's right for her. "I'm the only one that can protect her and make things right again." Tracy pulls out a quilt from Ashley's 21st birthday and tucks her under it. She recalls how they used to talk in bed when they were girls and share their dreams. Tracy wanted a family and ponies, and Ashley wanted to be a go-go dancer. Ashley cries, "Tracy, I need help." In the jazz lounge, Kyle tells Summer he hates feeling resentment toward his mother. Summer's not surprised this happened. She knows him. She's sure he had the best of intentions, but she's not nailing the job. Let's face it, she didn't exactly get it based off of her resume. Kyle shrugs at his father likes working with her. Summer feels this can't last forever. Not that Jack will ever admit that. Kyle wonders if he should let her screw up and hurt the company. Summer feels he can walk away or stand up and prove he deserves to be Jack's co-CEO. Kyle asks if she's telling him to turn on his mother. Summer insists her opinion of Diane has softened, though she'll never completely trust her. She's the skeptical one when it comes to mothers or crazy cousins. Diane should have turned down Jack's offer and insisted he give it to Kyle. To take a job she's not qualified for from her own son no less, was self-serving and arrogant. It's doomed to fail. Can they really afford to have Diane in this position of power without the ability to handle it? Kyle says Summer is right. If he doesn't do something, the company will suffer and the family. He needs to walk away or take what was his in the first place. In Ashley's mind, the dominant alter calls the younger alter a little bitch. All of their efforts to save her from Tucker are gone. They'll put her in Fairview. Just wait until you find yourself all alone in a corner wrapped up in a straitjacket. You ruined everything. In the living room, Sharon takes notes as Jack and Billy fill her in on Ashley's behavior. Tracy joins them. Sharon's sorry for what they're going through. Tracy tells her about the terrifying blackouts. She promised to see a specialist, but didn't follow through, and now doesn't remember why not. It's like we're dealing with two Ashleys. Billy muses, or maybe it's more than that. Billy thinks it's pretty clear they've witnessed a few different personas and even threatening Tucker. She referred to herself in the third person. When he ran into Ashley at the restaurant, it was like talking to a teenager. He didn't say anything sooner because he didn't want to project his own experience onto her. Tracy asks, "Your own experience?" Billy explains that a few years ago he went through a very dark period, and he was blacking out. He would lose whole chunks of time and was not doing good things. "I got some very serious therapy and they treated me for dissociative identity disorder." He assures them that he thinks Ashley will be OK. Sharon thinks Billy is right, there are similarities, but none of them can diagnose Ashley. It could be did, but there are other possibilities. She will make some calls first thing in the morning. Ashley needs to see a professional right away. Jack worries she'll fight them every step of the way. Tracy argues that the Ashley she tucked into bed wants help. She's never seen her so fragile or terrified. We've got to help her before it's too late.